Hey, welcome to the Friday Night Frenzy. I'm Vinny Martirano. Thank you for joining us. Starting off with a special Friday Night Lights game, Purdue hosting Wisconsin in Ross-Ade tonight. Sports 18's Bree Shackelford and Kelly Hallinan are live at Ross-Ade with how the Boilermakers played. Bree, Kelly, what's going on?
Hey there, Vinny. Yeah, we're kind of going a little bit rogue for frenzy tonight here at Ross-Ade Stadium, but we are here for the Wisconsin-Purdue game that happened, and it wasn't the result that the Boilermakers were looking for.
No, it is not. The Boilermakers fell to Wisconsin 38-17. That's their third straight loss at home and their 17th straight loss against the Badgers. Bree, what did you see in the first half of tonight's game?
I mean, we kind of saw a slew of everything in the first half. We saw an interception from Hudson Card, again throwing one, and we saw two rushing touchdowns from quarterback Tanner Mordecai from the Badgers, which is exactly what we saw last week against Syracuse with those first two scores. And then we saw another rushing touchdown, but this time from Braden Allen from Wisconsin again. So the run game was hot tonight for the Badgers, which Purdue didn't really expect going into this game that it was going to be that on fire.
No, not at all. They were emphasizing the air raid, but first half, Wisconsin takes over. It's not looking pretty. Fans are not happy here at Ross-Ade. But second half, whatever Ryan Walters told his team, it worked for a little bit. Hudson Card found the end zone. Tyrone Tracy Jr. found the end zone. And then Hudson Card throws an interception. And things just started going downhill there.
Yes,
Purdue was able to get it back. They literally ripped the ball out of Wisconsin's hands at one point. But then they turned the ball over on downs. And the rest is history. They're never able to close that gap and come back. But Bree, there were a few crazy turnovers, a wild fumble, kind of similar to that one we saw in week one of the Colts game where everyone thought the play was over and then they go running the other way. Literally. What did you think was the craziest thing tonight?
God, there are so many crazy things, from the back and forth fumbling, back and forth turnovers from both teams. But my craziest play was actually Tyrone Tracy Jr. in the last 2 minutes of the game, having a touchdown, what we thought was actually a touchdown. But
I thought he got his foot in there, but
I thought he got his foot in there too, but apparently the refs thought that his foot was out of bounds during that touchdown, so they didn't give Purdue that touchdown, which meant that the Boilers didn't get a chance to have an onside kick to try and maybe close that gap in the last 2 minutes. But at that point, the game was kind of already out of hand, so I don't think there was much that Purdue could have done. But what do you think that the Boilers should do moving forward now?
I mean, moving forward, we didn't hear what head coach Ryan Walters had to say tonight, but I'm sure he's going to say he wants to watch the tape. He wants to see kind of what went wrong and what areas they need to improve on. But it's just going to be another week. It's only getting tougher from here with Big Ten play. There's a lot of scary teams coming up on the schedule, but I'm sure this week is going to give them a lot of motivation coming off of these losses at home as Illinois comes marching into town. That's Ryan Walters' old school. That's where he came from. I'm sure they're going to have a chip on their shoulder. They're going to want to win in front of these fans, and especially against the Fighting Illini.
Well, of course, it's the Cannon game, and it's homecoming here in Ross-Ade. You want to at least win one game before homecoming, but I guess this year they have to win at homecoming. It's going to be a very exciting atmosphere, and you know, we're going to be there covering it, and we're going to have all the highlights from that game. But from this game tonight, you can have all the highlights and a full recap tomorrow night on News 18 at 11 on the weekend. But that's going to do it from us from Ross-Ade Stadium for the first part of the Frenzy. So, reporting from Ross-Ade, Bree Shackelford,
Kelly Hallinan,
Sports 18.